Hi, I'm so glad you've decided to join us today. This channel is all about the journey, where life is taking us, and the things that we do to get there. I want you to come with me and experience all these things together. Hey everybody, so I'm going to show you how to use the Lose It app. So click on the app and it'll pop it up. And so this is your main screen. You have My Day and it shows you your total calories for the day. You can look at your log and it'll actually show you once you add in, and I'll show you that in a minute, the different things you've ate, exercise. It shows you your net, and then it shows you your goals, and it shows you where you've tracked your weight. You also have this cool little social tab that brings up people who you follow who are using the same app for encouragement. So you can also go Prime. I just use the free version of it. But there's all kinds of things you can do. They have little things down here that are all locked for me, but if you purchase the app, then you can get that. So let's just hop right in here and let's start our calories for today. So I'm going to push this add button down here, and it pops up this little entry log menu. You see you got breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, exercise, and we can record our weight. So let's put in some breakfast. And what's really cool about this is once you start using it, it will save your foods. So these are my foods, and it will also save your meals, recent meals. So I actually haven't ate today yet. So I'm just going to click my meal from yesterday and put that in, and so it has exactly what I ate. And if it's not exactly what you just ate, but it's close, just add it and you can adjust it by clicking on it. And let's say we only had 1/8 of a cup, then it would change that for you and just hit the save button here. Now I didn't eat any of that yet, so I'm just going to hold down and it will pop up this little thing, and I will delete, hold down and delete. And you can also add to those just by going to your My Foods tab. And let's say I want to search my coffee here. And I had, let's say, 8 fluid ounces. I haven't had any yet today. And then let's say I put some milk, my almond milk in it. And I only put about 1/4 whenever I do that. So then I would click the done button, and it would add my coffee with my almond milk in it. And it would show the total up here. It shows the total. But it also shows for individual things over here of how many calories you've consumed. Now, let's say you have done exercise. And these are the ones that I've actually used. But they also have one that's called All Exercises here, and you can filter your results, but they're in ABC order. And you can go through, and they have all kinds of different apps here. So let's just say, go back to my exercises. Let's just say that I walked. That's my main one. They have distance or duration. I always go to duration because I don't typically pay attention to distance, and this one lets you pick the level. Here you can, go down. You can just do very slow, slow, moderate, brisk, very brisk, fast, very fast, just around the house, marching rapid, pushing a wheelchair, pushing a stroller, to work or class with children, with the dog. So you can do all that. And you can also use this here. See this down here where it has your total calories. And you can actually wear an Apple Step Tracker. I don't have one of those. So if you turn that on, then it would see it's at 0 for me because I don't have one of those. But if you had one, then it would sync with this. But so I always turn that feature off and just use their calorie counter. Alright, so that's kind of the basic navigation of this app. It's really cool. I mean, you can see that if I have 12 food here, that it automatically gives me my net, and it shows me how much I still have to spend. You can also look at this little nifty graph. Let's go to my yesterdays. So this is my yesterdays. I was really under yesterday. I overestimated how much something was going to be on calories. I'd never ate it before. Well, I've ate it once before, but I made it here at home, and I really didn't know how many calories it was going to be. So I didn't account for how many calories I was going to eat. I thought it was going to be a lot more than that. So here we go. We have, yesterday morning I had the malto meal with the cranberries. I had some smoked fish with roasted vegetables, and I made homemade enchiladas, which is the thing that I thought was going to be a lot more calories than it was actually. And then I also stopped at the gas station and got me a large cappuccino. And see, I thought I was going to be way over, but I wasn't, and I was stuffed from eating the enchiladas. We had a late supper, and so I was like, I'm not going to try to stuff myself. So normally I would try to get my calories up to closer to that goal, because I don't want to be too far under. But if you can get close to the 1,200 on your calories, then you're doing pretty good. Just don't ever go under that, is my rule of thumb. So that's the basic tutorial. You can look at nutritions. Now, I don't think this is very accurate, in my opinion, but there's my supposed nutritions intake from yesterday. And what's really cool about this app is you can click down here and bring up the calendar, and I can actually go back. Let's see here. I can go back all the way when I first started in December. I want to say it was the 13th. Oops, that was November, sorry. December, I think it was 13th. Let me make sure. No, there it is, the 14th. That was my first day logging ever. I was 680 calories over my budget. My calorie, you see how little this is here? To start out, they took me down to 13. But now you see that I'm up to 15, now that I've got to my goal weight. Now, I started in December, which is a really hard time to start doing something like this, but I really wanted to condition myself to be able to make this an actual lifestyle change rather than just something I'm going to try. I wanted it to be something I would stick with. As you can see, my calorie intake was way over most days. That day I just decided not to even log because it was just too hectic with the holidays. That one I probably just didn't log much because it was the holidays. But then you see I went back into my logging. It's just being consistent with it, not letting it, look at that. I mean, do not let that overwhelm you. Do not let that discourage you. When you get a big number like that, do not let that discourage you. I would have some of my biggest, actually I wish I could show you. Hold on, I probably can. I would have some of my biggest losses after I had big, which I don't know if it shows me my weight loss on that. Let me see here. I can go to my plan, all my plan, and let's see, on December 29th I had a loss, and December 30th, January 5th is probably the one we want to look at. I was at, went from 157 to 154. So after I had that 1,000 calorie over, so on this day right here, I went down. Whenever I had that huge overage, Do not let that get you down. Like, you cannot allow that to deter you. I mean, look at that. That does not mean anything. Do not let that discourage you. Okay, so I think there's other things you can do. I haven't done much other with this. I just mainly use it for my calorie counting and my keeping track of that and keeping myself accountable. You know, it's just one of those tools that you can use, which is really nice. So let's go back to today's date. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys just download the free app. It's 100% free. It's really nice. I've not upgraded it at all since I downloaded it. I don't have very much storage on my phone, so I don't upgrade things unless I absolutely have to. I just use the absolute basic Lose It app. And I have lost, as you guys probably have seen in my other video, I lost a total of 40 pounds in about 6 or 7 months. Hey guys, so that was my tutorial for the Lose It app and how I tracked my calories during my weight loss journey. If you'd like to watch the weight loss journey video that I made, go ahead and you can click on that link that I'm going to have pop up right there. Also, just remember to allow yourself to make mistakes and to allow yourself to, you know, have splurges and that kind of thing. Don't be super strict. I never whipped out a measuring cup and measured what I was getting ready to eat. I would eyeball it. Be like, oh yeah, that's about a cup. Now, if you're horrible at eyeballing things, of course you might need to do that in the beginning couple weeks to kind of get an idea of portion control. But I could just eyeball and be like, oh, that's about a cup, or oh, that's about 1/4 a cup, you know, and I was not crazy with keeping track of that kind of thing. But to know that I was around that was good enough for me. And you have to be honest with yourself. Do not lie to yourself and say, oh, that's about a cup, and it's like a cup and a half. I tried to do that a couple times, and I'm like, no, it really was a cup and a half, and I'd have to go back in and up it. You know, it was sad because I would go for my calories for the day, but it's so important to do that for yourself. This is all about you. Whenever I finally realized that this was about me and nobody else really, you know, I mean, they care what I do with my body, obviously, but they did not feel the way I felt about my body. And I was uncomfortable in my body, and I just was not having a good time in my body, and I wanted to be happy with myself. And that was like the launching, the movement I needed for to make that decision that, you know, I will do this. So, I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to actually be adding some more videos about weight loss. I'm going to give you keys to weight loss and things you can do to help you. I'm also going to be putting on little, I don't know if I want to call them meal plans, but I'm going to give you ideas for foods you can eat. Kind of some of the stuff I ate while I was losing weight. That helped me, and you know, like I said, it just makes it a little easier if you have a launching point. So I'll be adding those videos, so don't forget to subscribe so that you can watch those videos, and I hope to see you guys back here really soon.